It's the Kim Johnston Show. David Roberts from the Washboard Union joining us. David, what a year, what a summer. I mean, the good news is you got a ton of radio airplay, but the downside, obviously, not being able to connect with your fans.
Well, I mean, we're a band, and bands love playing live. That's what we do. That's our passion. So not being able to connect was really tough. But it was really hard on a personal level, too, because this is the longest that Chris Aaron and myself have been apart from each other. So we didn't see each other for months. And you're talking about three guys that are used to spending 24 hours a day together. So that was a real shocker. On the flip side of that, we were saying how fortunate we are that we actually live in a day and age where we still can communicate. We still can do FaceTime. We can do Zoom meetings. And, we also did a bunch of quarantine sessions and recorded a bunch of acoustic music just to stay in touch and to keep busy and keep moving forward. So that was a real shocker this year. It was one that I hope to never experience again. But we're fortunate that we have ways that we still can stay in touch. So pretty happy.
You mentioned the YouTube quarantine sessions, and it was really fascinating how that worked. Was there any problems technologically with making that happen? Because, I mean, from a viewer standpoint, it worked incredibly.
I got to put my hands together for Aaron. Tip of the hat. He did most of the legwork on all of that stuff. I feel sorry for him because he had to explain how the internet works to me before we could actually get started, and that probably took about 3 weeks in itself. So definitely a big tip of the hat for Aaron for putting those COVID sessions together.
Yeah, it worked incredibly well. We encourage everyone to go check that out. The Washboard Union on YouTube. Just a lot of amazing songs for you to check out right there. We've got more with David from the Washboard Union coming right up on the Kim Johnston Show. More next. Hang on. We're back. David Roberts of the Washboard Union. Dave, Sunday night was such a big night, winning CCMA Group of the Year for the third year in a row. Of course, it was a little bit of a different award show. It was all online. But how does the third Group of the Year compare to the other two?
So the first time you win an award like that, you're shocked that you actually have won it, and you just consider yourself very, very lucky. And then the next year, in 2019, we won for a second time, and that blew our socks off. We were just beside ourselves. So last night, when they announced our name, we were absolutely overwhelmed. Like that award means so much to a band like ours.
The album Everbound came out in April, right in the middle of all the craziness from earlier this year. A lot of other acts, they decided to delay albums until things settled down. But you guys were determined to get it out. What was the mindset there? And was that ever even a decision that you made? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like things were changing daily back then, and no one really knew what was going on. And we're so happy we did because we've heard from so many people saying that new music that came out was really helped them get through what was going on in these uncertain times. And we actually received a letter from Dr. Julie out of Ontario, and she runs a clinic. It's got 3 doctors. It's got 2 receptionists, 4 nurses that work out of it. And one thing that she said to us was that she put our song on every single morning as an inspiration to her crew. And that blew our socks off. We just thought, wow, did we ever make the right decision and release this record?
And we're all excited that you did as well. We've got David joining us from the Washboard Union. We got to ask about the song Doc Rock and about the Washboard Union puppets that maybe you've seen online as well. That is coming up right here on the Kim Johnston Show. More next. Hang on. We are back with David Roberts of the Washboard Union. David, the album Everbound came out in April, right in the middle of all the craziness earlier this year. A lot of other acts decided to delay albums until things settled down, but you guys were determined to get it out. What was the mindset there, and was it ever a consideration to just hold off a little bit?
Well, a couple things happened. Obviously, we couldn't play it live, and we had to release a video for it, and we didn't know what to do because everything was shut down. So what we did was we actually turned to our fans and asked for help. We know you have good, fun times on your phones. If you guys would be willing to share those with us, we'd love to put them in our Doc Rock video. And holy cow, we got thousands of submissions. It was fantastic. Now, let me tell you, some of the videos we received, you couldn't show publicly, I'll tell you that. The second was playing it live because everything was shut down. We actually just played our very first kind of post-COVID show, and it was to 50 people, and we got to play that song for the very first time.
That must be such a cool feeling, playing it live for the first time, yet everybody already knows every single word to the song, you know?
That's a tip of the hat to radio. You know, I'll tell you a quick side story. I had a friend reach out to me, and she said one of the things that helped her get through the whole COVID crisis was radio, because she knew that there was a person at the other end of that voice, and it just made them feel so comfortable. So my hat's off to you guys for doing what you do, because it does make a big difference.
David joining us from the Washboard Union, 2-time CCMA award winners this past Sunday night for a grand total of 9. All the best to you and the guys, and one way or another, hopefully not too much longer, we'll be able to see you play live. So thank you for taking the time.
Thank you so much, and I promise we'll be back.